And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say.
Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to Koi Place Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are back up and open. Either message or email me directly. Link is on main. I will set it up, okay? So, Cancer, again, happy birthday. Tis the reason for the season. What are we looking at in this round of reads for you? This is going to be your 1-1 reading for the month of July. 1-1s are a style of reading that I do with person A over here, person B over here, and seeing all the mix match happening in between, right? So, two major things as caveats to the style of read. The first is that although they get the moniker because of, the intricate dynamics of what we look at, although they get the moniker of being love reads, I hesitate to use that name because they're not always lovely, right? We look at everything on the table, not just the happy-go-lucky fun parts, okay? That's the first. The second, it ain't always got to be about love. Promise you. It could be family member, friend, coworker, somebody you just met, right? Just understanding the dynamic that's happening between you two. So, as a preamble to the read, Cancer, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, even if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you or mislead you. Trust me, I gotta work with 12 signs every week, all the time, right? I don't have the time to lie to any of them. That's not on my radar. Instead, we will lay our cards out on the table and good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we talk about it because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one. Yeah. So follow along with me in your read today, Cancer, the 1-1 for the crab people. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. You're going to be over here. The person's going to be over here. Show us cards that we need to see, please, for Cancer in their 1-1 read today. Ooh, I almost slipped out, but hey, didn't, so I can't say. What cards we need to see, please, for Cancer and their person in this 1-1 read. Over here, okay, 9 of Wands. Effort and output. What are we trying to aim for? And again, does it seem like, our efforts aren't amounting to much, if anything at all, on their end? The 4 of Cups. An expression of apathy and disapproval. I don't know what's going on here, Cancer, but whatever dynamic you two have, you've been trying, and it seems like they're saying it's not enough. Or that you should be farther ahead than you are right now. I don't know what that means for you, but I do want to commend your efforts, even if they're not recognized in the ways that you would like them to be. That 4 of Cups, if it's not flat out animosity, then it is saying that I just thought it would be better for you by now. So yeah, there's an element of disappointment here, long story short. Let's see fronts and backs. Fronts and backs in this read are the backs being what's left behind or left to the wayside, left sometimes in the unsaid, and the fronts what's being most directly communicated in exchange. Show us cards that we can see, please, for Cancer in this reading. What are cards we need to see, please, for Cancer in this 1-1 read today? Queen of Cups. Okay. You are actually giving it your all, trying to express everything you have at your disposal. I'm doing my best, right? 6 of Pentacles. I show you what I do in my everyday work, right? The insistence that it's not what you approve of doesn't change that I'm trying. It doesn't. On their end, the Chariot, okay, directly talking to, and let's be honest, about you, the world. Okay. Here's why I'm having a reaction to that right now, Cancer. Let me put the cards down. On your end, you have this hard insistence that everything that you've been doing, everything that you've been trying, no, this is where it's at. I am giving my best. Please see that. On their end, while they are directly trying to communicate what their idea that they had for you is about, again, that Chariot is not just your power card representative of you, but also all factors of the journey and how you get there. The world, a cycle's completion. However, the problem that I have with that is that the Four of Cups is the first card that they drew, right? And so that world corresponding to the Four of Cups, that is disappointment of it's almost like, is this really all that you got, right? It's not that you're letting them down, is that their idea of what they had for you is not matching up to the reality of what you're doing right now. And is it that they had more of an idea for you versus who you are and what you're doing? Because again, you are doing your best. I see somebody who is actually giving their absolute best effort, putting on, a good attitude, a good smile every single day. And now we are either having a new journey of disappointment or culminating journey of higher expectation. Either way, it's still a level of disappointment. No matter how I look at it, Cancer, they're just hard insisting that you're not doing enough. And I don't know who this person is to you, but their opinion of what you're doing right now, it weighs a lot on you, and simultaneously, B, on top of it's like, do you even notice everything that I'm doing? Or is it just not the picture perfect creme de la creme of everything that you wanted, right? Those are two different things. Your wants for me are different than the efforts that I put in, right? So to insist that, it's not what you want, it doesn't automatically mean I'm not trying, right? What are my efforts worth here? Okay, I get it. That is incredibly frustrating. So can you show individual positions for Cancer and their person in this read? Show us cards that we need to see, please, between Cancer and the person in this read. Seven of Pentacles. No, you're still keeping at it. The process, it is what it is, right? You've accepted all aspects in whatever journey you've embarked on, Cancer, and you're still doing great. If nobody else is rooting for you, I am, okay? You still are doing your absolute best here on their end. Ten of Cups. Maybe it's something that they need to recognize too. Harmony and synchronicity. That maybe their wants and aspirations for you ultimately are not meant to overshadow everything that you've done, right? So how can we validate efforts and do positive encouragement without feel like we're browbeating on you? Okay, underneath it all, the Magician, the power of manifestation. Again, you're doing well. Now what's the next step, right? Not in the sense of, I had to meet your expectation of me, but I want to do better for myself. I need somebody who encourages me, not belittles me every time I do something right. Okay? Whew, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot to carry. Now that we have two parties on the board, both looking toward each other, 1-to-1, let's see what's happening down the middle, okay? So let's start with me and see, please. What is shared between Cancer and the person? Ooh. Yeah, I could see why, but it didn't hit the table, so I can't take. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Cancer in this read today. Between them and their person in this 1-to-1. Yep, down the middle. 8 of Cups. Yeah, I see why. This is frustrating because while again this person is trying to be encouraging in their own way, you're at a breaking point with them. It's like, okay, if you're not going to acknowledge anything, I might as well leave, right? The Eight of Cups is the active choice to abandon someone or something. And on their end, they're saying, well, if you can't live up to the expectations that I have, then what then should I care about it, right? So is it kind of, kind of a nasty thing to say? Sometimes yes, but the reality of the situation is it doesn't change the effort that you put in, and it doesn't change their opinion, right? So that's an impasse. That's not just a coincidence. Ace of Cups, the moment of renewal. Can this actually change? Can this work out between you and I? Because where it's at right now, it does not feel good. Seven of Pentacles, the expectation of everything that's going to go on and happen. Here, where we are, and functions of everything happening around us, yeah, maybe this is where it's at. This is what it is, and I gotta keep going. Three of Wands, wanting to see higher, wanting to see better. What is the next step? You, in a more positivistic aspect, them of just raising the bar, but also not raising the amount of leeway they give you. And last, the Star, card of Aquarius, notion of hope. What is held out is you said you would follow on in this dream. I approved of it. Now, how do we hold out when it's tough? Because it is right now for you, Cancer, I'm not going to lie. Underneath it all, Queen of Swords. The facts are the facts. I did my best. I'm doing my best. Whether or not you acknowledge that, that's where push comes to shove. Okay. Last, define the major arcana across the table as we move towards resolution of this read. We will first look at their Chariot. What about this journey that they see ahead for you? Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Cancer's 1-to-1 read. Give it up for the crab people. The Emperor. Okay, let me define the world before I say what I had to say about that. Emperor, the card of Aries, the acknowledgement that this was your choice and therefore your expression. On top of the world, Justice, the expectation of balance and that everything will work out the way it was laid. Yeah, I gotta stop it right here. Them saying you chose to do this is not a consolation of where you're at and the struggles that you're going through. Equally, them saying you chose this, right, is not indicative of any failures, right? I think in the way that they are expressing it, there's some unspoken disappointment that they do hold on to. Good for them. At this point, as your reader, I don't care. What I am concerned with is that it's almost like they're weaponizing your goal against you, even while you're doing actually pretty well with it, right? Like, Cancer, you chose this, right? And it's like, yeah, I do. Can you support me, or are we just gonna go through the motions of this? Now, their expectations of equity, it didn't match up to what they wanted, but that was never the point of it in the first place. Right? You following through with whatever plan you had done. And trust me, you are in the process of following through with it, if not completing, or at least taking a huge step in progress of it. Their expectations of what they wanted for you, it's your life. I guess that's what concerns me here as, the reader of the situation, is that you're doing your all. They said you should be able to do more. Are you here with me 24/7? Like, are you doing what I'm doing? Give me some grace. Give me some slack. To the Star, Three of Cups. And hopefully, the hope is maybe we can meet on better terms, but that ain't right now. It's just not. In resolution, the Moon, the card of Pisces. What is yet to be known, yet to be found out. The Four of Pentacles. An investment. What we hold on to, was it all worth it in the end? Underneath it all, Devil, card of Capricorn. Ooh, and I see that as again, this person's desire for you almost being like, if you see this depiction of the devil, it's puppeteer strings, right? That something else is in control, or that this person has a bigger say-so in your own life than you do. Here's what I see in your read today, Cancer. Yeah, that's a lot. Long story short, you're actually doing pretty well with the goal that you set out for. You made some good strides and big steps. And whoever this person is, they're like browbeating you because you haven't accomplished absolutely everything. But at the same time, they're not, like, their idea of what your final goal should have been does not match up with what you want, but even more so, their goal for you doesn't even seem to include your voice in it. It's like they had this idea of what they wanted for you, and then got mad when it didn't play out picture perfect the way they wanted it to happen. And so down the middle, I see why, you're at a state of, I don't want to deal with this anymore, for this relationship, because being around them is just dragging you down. Like, if you have nothing positive to contribute, why are you here? Right. And I think you've been very nice about it so far, but it's about to get very real very quick, because if I have to do more, what does that actually look like? What is your intent for my life? And where do we set up some boundaries? Because that can't happen. Because you know that you're doing right, and they're saying you do more. So how far will that get pushed? That's what I got in your read today, Cancer. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, I see why the crabs are ready to snip. This is frustrating. If you want me to accomplish your goals, then set a goal for yourself. But don't set one for me. I'm doing just fine. But yeah, that's what I got for you today, Cancer. Do your best. And regardless of what this person says, even if you can do better, you get there in your own way. I'll see you around here. Take care.